have to
Okay.
go. Yeah. All right. So let me pull them up side by side, I guess. What was the other? Let me see the other link. Migrate. All right.
I hope
I
you're
guess side by.
busy with your other project.
Sorry?
I hope you're too busy.
It is too busy, yeah. Uh, I'm making I'm building this sales funnel like with emails and like lead magnets and like people to download something to get them in email, then to create some emails. And I'm making like automations, like I'm learning new stuff, right? Like I'm using Make for automations and I'm connecting stuff, so I'm doing it all by myself and I'm kind of just
Oh,
looking
you are
for
doing
someone.
all of the stuff yourself?
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing everything. I'll just ask for help for the emails, definitely, because the contents of the emails, what is written inside, that's like a whole other psychology. I will use GPT, I mean, for his expert knowledge, right? Because I have my mentor who was mentoring me for LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
I have his GPTs because he shared a bunch of GPTs of his, like sales and storytelling and like for all kinds of posts. And he has a nice kind of training there for his GPT. So I'll use his
Oh, I
sales one.
mean, you have a custom GPT there.
Yeah. His custom ones. Like I have six, seven of his, and I'll use his one of those to kind of write the emails and to see what to actually put in those emails so they sound nice and persuasive and one by one to make them turn into leads, and for us to get clients.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh, and on the side, we're working on
yeah, you
projects
can
and all.
share your screen, please.
Yeah. All right. Mm,
Yeah, it's coming up.
okay. So those are the two, right? You're seeing them two. So
Mm.
this is the migrated, and this is the
Yeah.
one here.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't scrolled through all of the things, but I'll go through it now. So for example, the first thing I saw is the drop downs, for example.
Mm-hmm.
When you hover here, it just appears, right? But they have this kind of smooth, like darkening of the background. And overall, if you see all of their copy and layout, like see how they're nicely and tidy kind of laid out. And I think a bit of a smaller font size, or maybe it's the same, I don't know. But here we have like too much spacing, for example.
For spacing, we don't have much more control about there. So because we are showing, you will see they have like three babes there. But for when I have migrated the data, I can see we have more than three babes behind the scene. So I should not remove
Mhm.
without their permission. But I have migrated all of the categories. You see
Yeah.
that they have like three babes and catfish two, and for the gummies they have less. So those are really perfect. Some of them don't have much more category, but we have much. That's the thing. But other than everything is good.
All right. So in the backend, you mean it's always better in the migrated one? But
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
will see
talking.
that I have asked that in the our Stondo chat to
Okay.
that we have more than three. What should you do? She told that you should just migrate all of that because we are showing those three because those are only available. But if you remove other stuff that we need to make it happen manually, so you can just make it
Mm.
transfer. what we need to show, we'll do that, I mean, the merchandising after the migration. So
All right, all right.
that's it right now.
Okay. So I'm just talking about the UI of it. So we're just gonna talk about the looks. So just like spacing, font size, just if you can try to kind of mirror this, and I guess this also title is maybe missing for, I guess each of them have products. Yeah, like how many products are kind of in total. So let me see here. So smart. Yeah, you see how your drop down is like there's a lot of spacing and it drops a lot,
No,
you
just
know?
try to understand that uh,
Mhm.
some category, they have so many subcategories, so they will take space. We don't have any logic to make them hide. You will see the first
You're
they have three and the second three, but the third one you will see they have much more category. So we need to hear from them who is we should make it hide, or what is the best way to show them. If they ask us to add some B wall button, something like that, we can do that.
the view all, you mean?
Yeah. Yes, I can.
I mean, since they have the view all here, we should have the view all in ours as well, right? I
Yes.
mean, the same thing.
So for the drop down sub mega menu, I believe that's fine. You will see that sub category don't have any category. You will, so for the Kanna, you will see the main site. You will see Solvia and the Kanna, they don't have any category. So they have spaces, but you will see that we have the same alignment. So if we don't
No, no,
have
it is. It is the same alignment, but it's just the layout and the spacing. That's all. Like it's kind of if
the
you can edit that,
layout,
then hmm?
what is the difference?
Oh, it's a lot of difference, man. I mean, not the layout, but the spacing I'm talking about. So fucking see how you must see it. I mean, your drop down is diving deep into my screen, like it's so long, and this one is like, more tight, like it's tighter. Everything is more kind of collapsed, like this space here between the categories, like between these pieces of categories, it's
Mhm.
much smaller. It's like just, and here you have all of this space between each of them, and that's why it's going so below. Like if you can see, like I can't see this one here because it's so down below, because everything is so separated. So I'm talking about the spacing, spacing, font size. I mean, it's obvious that it's different, right?
We have the same font.
Maybe it's not the font, but it's definitely the spacing. So, and it's not, I think it's a smaller font, by the way, here. You have a slightly bigger font, especially on the titles, because if you see their titles here, they have them they have them much smaller, right? But it's just important for you to see it, because if you tell me you don't see the difference, it's crazy, because it is a lot of difference in the empty space and everything, right? So that's one. Um, what about this one here? Okay, so this one. Aside from the shadow that kind of goes overlay, right? So the shadows, also the design of, oh my gosh, so many colors. The design of these tabs, right? So
Mhm.
left aligned with an arrow, white with And also this here, like this kind of sidebar that kind of increases as you have more and more um, elements. So you see the differences, right?
Yeah, the difference
Just
is
the UI.
the
So
box shadow.
hmm?
They have the box
Box
shadow for the
box shadow, this whole field here, like this whole piece, like the sidebar, the design of these buttons here, which are kind of left aligned, bolded, like black text, white kind of fields. The hover is kind of nice. It turns into this kind of color, nice thin strokes. Like literally, like see you can see the difference. I mean, right? So just make them. If you make them the same ones, that's pretty much my point. Things like the header is pretty much there, so I guess the header is okay. Um, this, for example, here as well, this bar here, it's so big because I guess this goes into 2 rows.
Yeah, for
But
this one, I think we need to decrease the font sizes, then it will be one line.
yeah, a bit of decreasing, and I guess the width maybe of these elements shouldn't be fixed maybe because the text should go, I guess, full length, but also smaller font size. I mean, just check their font size and also make sure to bold all of these things because these are like for conversions. Like only the best brands, so best brands is bolded. All of the EU, that's bolded, you know. So check that. The images are okay. Um, Also things like this, right? So see the text here. This has like a nice margin here. The text is nicely in the center. So that's why I told you like there's quite a lot of UI stuff that needs kind of improvement. This is all right, but it needs a bit more maybe padding here. But again, the text is kind of from stretched from
Yeah.
left to
I
right.
mean, the text should be in container.
Yeah. Um, Also, I noticed that when I click on these uh, categories, nothing happens, but it actually needs to go to a category page. You see how they are just hovers in your page, but they actually should be clickable so that I see these actually these subcategories here. So these should be clickable. Mm, Only if I click the vape one, then I see those ones, but this also should be, you see how I have this back to Canna shop and they have their hover also wrong. It shouldn't be green.
Yeah,
But I
this
can go
one.
back to the Canna shop, but here I cannot go, or I can go, so I can go back, but this is not clickable. This is the problem just.
I
I'm clicking on
mean,
this.
you can go, just need to add the cursor. If you click it, it works, but I can see the cursor
The
pointer.
cursor is pointing because it's a drop down, but it doesn't have a click function to it. But yeah, man, I mean, if we go through everything, I mean, we will talk until tonight, like at night, but the whole point is like, see how they're designed here, like this kind of hover with the shadows, with these nice kind of white fields, just with a hover on them, and you have them here a bit different, right? So it's not that smooth style to it. So I guess you have the functionalities, which you're the expert, but I'm seeing the UI side of it, and they will definitely say that it's not really looking the same at all because it's pretty different, right? You have them here like as a bit of the classic style, but they have it like this kind of modern with the shadows and it's soft looking, you know. The hearts also have this circle in on them. You have just the icons here, you know. And also it brings up the login, so I guess
Yeah,
that's not activated, but okay.
the live icon doesn't work until you log in. But
Yeah, yeah, okay.
to our store, you can add it without login.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also here, margin container, right? Um, Let me see this. This pretty much looks the same. So this one is, I guess, okay. Just this banner, once you fix it, is going to be, I guess, fixed on all pages. Uh, and I guess you have the thumbnails right because they have just the Canna shop to go back. So they have this wrong, I guess, right? They just have the home and Canna shop, but you actually have home, smart shop, I guess. Is this part of the smart shop?
Did you go to the same category so that we can make it compare easily?
Yeah, yeah, it's the same product,
Mm.
right? Let me see. I'll go here and click this.
You can see that when you are entering, it's showing Canna shop, babes, and the subcategory, something like that.
Yeah, but I think this is it, right? Something is not the same because if I go here under vapes, you have so many vapes, they have just three. So what's that also?
Because these are dynamic, so when we make it migrated, they have so many. So I should
Ah,
not
so
remove without their permissions.
so they are not showing all of the vapes that they have. We are actually showing all of them, right?
Yeah.
All right.
If you want to show just three, then we need to do that in hard coded. So that
No,
will
no,
be
no, no.
dynamic.
No, no, I guess have it wrong, I guess, because why shouldn't they show all the products? So they should.
They should have
Oh.
some logic behind the scene. They need to know us that what should be the logic. I mean, if the product doesn't have some stock, they can hide it. Or if they want to just show some featured categories there. So I need to hear from them that what is the logic behind the scene to show just three.
Well, then ask them, man, for sure. Like write them whatever is confusing like this, because if you think that in
Yeah, I
their case,
asked them. I asked them before at the very beginning. They told us that just keep it the same and we will figure it out later. Just we need to make it migrated that everything is there. But that's I believe that would not be an issue because we have all of this and we have mass control over there. But which one we want to show, which one we not. So
Mhm.
we have much
So
control
this,
over it.
so it's not a problem if we want
Yeah,
to
it's
show
not
just
a problem.
three or all of them. Okay.
Yeah, that's we just need the logic behind the scene.
Okay, okay. So let me select the same one. So HHC vapes here and HHC here. And I guess there is also some differences in showing the, okay, it's the same ones, but just the order, I guess it's not the
That's
same.
I mean the what should I say for this? Filtering
Uh,
options. I mean which product you
Alphabetical, right? Yeah, yeah, you have it alphabet
Mhm.
filter. Okay. Well, I guess their let me see, their logic maybe is show the one with the offer first. That's maybe
Yeah, so
their
behind
logic.
the scene, if they want some product to have some discount or compare price, so we can do that, but we just need to hear from them. I believe there's
Yeah, yeah.
tweaks, we can do that.
Okay. Um, Another thing I guess is there's a search bar here, so we don't have a search bar there.
Where
Uh, this here on
mm,
their original one. So the search bar and also the price slider, right? You have it just with a slider, but they have this thing where I can put like, for example, 20, you know? I mean, they're obvious kind of changes. So all in all, without me kind of going now through everything, I guess, but I guess those are the main pages, right? So product page, collection page. Um, I mean, let's see, register, for example. I guess in your case, it doesn't work currently, the logic register, because it's not published, or do you
Yeah,
have the dummy?
it's the dummy.
How can I access the dummy? I can't see it.
You can access this if I give you the login credential.
Mm, okay. Here as well, you see how you have it so much separated, right? Like you have them this separate, but they have it like much less because it should be kind of tidy and structured. So that's what I'm talking about. And the font size is smaller in their case because in the drop down, the options shouldn't be this big. They actually are nicer when they're smaller. Um, I mean, here as well, like the margin, they have a bit of a margin. You have it like I guess left aligned or something, so it's too
I
close to the
believe
edge.
that's the margin they have. That's too small. You can see there a little bit small gap at the end. I mean, for the customer service, you will see, not for the mobile, for the desktop.
Yeah, they have some margin, but I mean, just do the same thing because it works. The icons as well. I mean, it's all pretty. It was because of the tight space. Okay. And also this compare, I see that this compare thing appears at all times,
Mm-hmm.
but it actually, I guess it should appear when you want to compare because it's always there, I can see.
Uh, for this reason, I'm trying to make it the same, but the plugin I'm using is not allowing me to the same. So I might need to.
I guess to make it appear once I click compare here, right? Because if I don't have it, it disappears.
Yes, I got your point,
Yeah, yeah.
because we are not making a custom plugin for them, but I am just trying to make the same without making any custom plugin from the sketch.
Huh?
So
Mm-hmm.
uh, for this reason, let's show them if they want it, that I might need to make it more customized. So that's why I have just keep this something like that. I will make a comment in this regard today, that what they think. If they ask that something you need to do the exactly same, then I need to make more customization for this one.
Yeah, because this is an obvious thing that we should, I guess, improve,
Mm,
because it shows all the time and it's definitely not because when I click it, it just tells me you have no comparison list. So it doesn't make sense to have it there at all times because I don't have anything to compare.
mm-hmm.
So that should definitely go. These ones for sure, like the drop downs, the all of the things that we went through, and just go like so, just go through all of the page types and just see the obvious differences and just
Yeah,
make them as they have it. I
those
see
are
that all of
not.
the
Yeah, the difference you have just told me, I believe there's some small tweaks. We can do that. That should not be very big task. Thank you so much for showing. Okay.
yeah, I hope it is. Like for example, all of the fields, they have them like white with this shadow and it makes that smooth feeling.
Yeah,
Yours are,
I
yeah,
wanted to
like
show something for this one. If you check our contact and if you check their content, you will see that their contact us form is getting break down. You will see the, yeah,
This one?
yeah, you can see the email and the phone number.
That's
They are
not.
not in the same alignment.
Oh, no, no, yeah, because they have this extra label. Your email address will not be published. It's like an info they want, I guess, there.
We can show the info side by side. So
Yeah, it can be here, right? Like
yeah,
just
it can
next
be
to the
here.
email. Yeah, yeah, you can put it there. But just keep an eye on the spacing. Like you have them too tight, for example, make this spacing like everything you see, like all the details, just make them literally the same because it's a visual thing. So if you see it's not as much as we can, the goal is as much as we can make it identical in the UI. That's the goal. If anything is like really kind of not possible, but it looks pretty much the same, then okay. But other than that, try to make them as identical, I guess.
Mhm. Okay.
For example, the languages as well, you see how their icon is like in a circle, and when you hover, they have these nice little language, I guess, options.
I believe the thing we need to do, make it
Oh.
flat, make it, I mean, blur behind the scene when we will make it forward to the language and the currency.
Yeah, yeah. For all the drop downs, they have a darken,
Yeah,
and
so
also
it
just
will be visible perfectly. Mm,
yeah, yeah, and the font size, spacing, paddings, margins, all of that. Like just see those details. If the inputs are shadows, not strokes, make it like that. I mean, just obvious things, you know.
mm.
And yeah, because that was my point I wanted to make. But nothing about functionality because I haven't tested functions, but I believe you have that handled. But as for the other things, I mean that's pretty much it.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah,
okay, let me
just
work
making it
on this.
visually.
I believe this should not take more than a day. I believe I can fix
Oh,
this today. Uh,
because it's a lot of places to fix the UI, maybe it will take you more, but I
mm,
mean, if you can make it in a day, then great, because it's a lot
yeah.
of details as you saw, and I haven't checked all of the pages, but for sure check like each unique, I guess, page, like a template page, and see if it literally is the same. Check spacings, as I said, all the things. Colors, I mean, for example, these colors, right? Like this kind of light blue and the green inside, you have them like with some gray, and the dark green with the dark gray is not really looking well. And they have a hover, nice hover. Yours do not have. So I'm looking at all those details. I mean, you'll see my freaky design eye now, and you know. But if we are migrating a store, they're expecting it to really look either identical or almost identical. But this is a bit far from almost. So that's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Thank.
literally copy. For example, if I see the font size of this, for example, what's the font size? How do you see it? Um, I can't see it.
Okay. I can show you a good tools for this. So let me share my screen. I believe this will save huge time for you.
For font sizes and
Uh,
for details like this.
for font size, font, everything you can get with one tools. Give me a second. I will show you.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. All right.
Let me share.
Okay, for this is 16. Ah, okay, I see it. So 14 and 16. So yours is
Yeah, for
16.
seeing just the font size, you need to go to the coding. But if you use the tool, you don't need to have to. Just you will just make a screenshot. You can do the same for whole pages. That's
I
really.
just cover and it shows.
Let me. Yeah,
I guess
I
it's a
don't know how much
plugin, right?
time I have with that meeting. Let me share you another meeting. So because it's getting.
Ah, it's good. I mean, it has a limit, yeah. I mean, just send me the plugin. I will figure it out
Oh,
for sure.
we have 7 minutes. That's good enough for showing that.
All right, all right.
So you can see
I
my
will figure. Yeah.
screen. So we're in the home pages. You can see my screen, right?
No.
Okay. So this is the tools.
Mm-hmm.
So when you click on here, for example, I want to see the here which font it is, or here, I will just click on here. I can just see that what is the font size, font weight, and the line height. And if I want to see the same thing for the another sections like here, you can
Mm-hmm.
see that what is the font size. And
Nice, nice, nice.
so when you are done for all of the checking, you will just make a screen capture here. I have the screen capture, go full page, and I will just make it here.
I have that. That screen capture, I have that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
you
have
will
that.
see that what we have done there, everything is here. Oh. Yeah. So you will see,
I see. Yeah.
you
All
can
right.
see. So that's really pretty stuff we can do. Every font,
Oh, so you
each section.
click, you
Yeah.
click and the pop-up stays there. It's not
Yeah,
closing, huh?
stage there. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Well, I have one of them. I'll definitely download this one.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. Right.
I will send
Well,
you.
so all of the changes, man, are obvious. Like if their font size is 14, yours is 16, just make your 14. If the margin is how much and yours is bigger, make it, just literally mirror it. No philosophy, nothing. And make sure it looks almost identical or identical. So that's all. And then like once we because I don't want to send them to test it, even though they're not like, I mean, experts in design like my eye is, but still I want us to really represent it really well, like so that they don't even realize which one is the original one, right? So
Yeah.
once we fix that, then we'll send it and we'll tell them, guys, test everything, let us know. You'll have like some specific questions about maybe the job done thing or the compare, whatever. But I want us to send them a nice looking